Hey, Jing. Good evening to you. How are
Good
you?
morning. I'm good, Nicole. Hi, everyone. I hope my VPN will hold up because Instagram is actually blocked here in China. I had quite a busy week, and I do want to open up, this conversation by sharing something vulnerable. But I was actually panicking yesterday. I was in a state of panic for the whole yesterday, and I feel much better now. Thank God. What just want to share is like panic might never go away, but I think it's about how quickly you can come back to a place of certainty and strength. So don't be afraid of panic because it happens.
Showing feeling and showing emotion isn't something that everybody is okay getting into. So thank you for starting from a place of that. You're definitely about 2 months ahead of where we are in this new reality. Can you tell us what life is like there in Shanghai now? And are things back to normal?
Um, I would say if normal is 100%, we're about 50 to 60. So I've been working out of my office for 4 weeks now, and I have taken public transportation, and it is getting busier. And then people
Wow.
are going out to eat, and then restaurants and parks and museums are opening up. However, we are still like very, very cautious. A week ago or 2 weeks ago, there are only four countries where we will put them under mandatory quarantine. However, 2 weeks after, which is now, we put everyone under mandatory quarantine. And that's when I know like this is going to be very serious and this could be a potential second wave. After hearing that news, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take my time with this. I'm going to be more
Right.
cautious. But things are getting normal. I guess it's a lot better than two months ago for sure, because I can go into the office, I can talk to people in the same physical space. I can go to the gym and I can go to the park, if I choose to. There are moments it feels like, I can almost taste the normality again. However, I feel like there's still like fear.
Does the fear ever go away? Do you think it'll pass?
I think it's the same as panic that I shared in the beginning. It comes and goes. So I think if we accept the fact that we will feel fearful from time to time, I think it just makes it a lot easier for us to, move forward. I think like panic and fear actually comes from a resistance of our reality. Now looking back, the moment where I was panicking or fearful, I was repeating the thoughts of this cannot be happening. Like this is not real, this is not true. But the moment that I accept that, you know what, my life is going to look like this. What am I going to do with it? You know, it's our choice. So I think like emotions are good, fear are okay, and panic are okay. And as long as we accept those feelings, then we will be okay. Even if they come back, it's okay. I think I'll take us back to 2 months ago when the outbreak first started.
Please.
For the first 2 weeks, as I said, I was very anxious and depressed because it's a new reality like I had to accept. I was watching the confirmed cases going up from like 3 figure to 4 figure to 5 figure, and it didn't look like it was going to stop. I just got used to, things is going to be worse before it get better. And then now I looking back, the moment when the Wuhan lockdown happened and all the drastic action were in place was actually the beginning of the end of this outbreak. I know there's a lot of countries taking more and more of those drastic actions now, and a lot of us are fearful because this has never happened before. However, like coming out of this outbreak, I think what I can share, like one piece of information is when we start to take it seriously collectively, and when we take, when drastic actions are taken, that's the mark and the milestone of the beginning of the end of this outbreak.
Again, I hope we spread this message. The fact that once you feel that you took it more seriously as a country, it started to pass. How can we
Mm.
spread that message of take this seriously?
So once we realize the seriousness of this virus, and even though we might be healthy enough to get through it, some people won't. And when you see the photo from like the medical staff from front line, how do you have the heart to go out? And how do you have a heart not to stay home and do your part? Because staying at home make us the luckiest group in the entire outbreak because we have a choice to stay home. Some people don't have a choice to stay home. Some people need to go out at the front line and fight for our safety and to contain this virus. If we just spread those message and real story around, I think more and more people will take it seriously. Oh, and also I want to address the face mask because I know right now a lot of the supplies in America are being like, what's the word, like raided almost, right? When the outbreak started, I was in the Philippines. So I really want to get some like medical, like surgical mask in the Philippines. However, I remember we were in Manila and we spent the entire evening going to every store possible, every convenience store possible, and there was no face mask left. Even though there's no confirmed cases in the Philippines, you can already feel the panic. The more store I went to, the more panic I feel because I was like, how will I ever travel back home, you know? But at the end of the day, like I didn't have a choice. There's no face mask left.
Of course, people want to protect themselves, and there's such a shortage. You know, I start to walk around my block outside and I see everybody in a face mask. And as a compassionate human being, I can't help but think, should you really be wearing this mask? Shouldn't we be giving it to the hospitals? What is your opinion on masks? Should we be wearing them if we're healthy?
If you're absolutely sure that you're healthy, you don't have to wear a mask. I think when the outbreak started at its peak, we didn't really have a choice because no one know if we're sick or not. And that's why, like, if everyone wear face mask, then we're protecting each other. However, like, I think in this situation, I cannot tell you what is right or what is wrong because I don't know. You know, I'm not a medical profession. So I think do what makes the most sense to you. So that's my take on face mask. I hope that answer your question.
It's so amazing and inspiring to hear you say that you're actually thankful that this happened. And I want to know what you've learned and where you see the gift.
This is a very good question because the other day I actually get a comment saying, how can you be grateful or how can you see something that make us lost so many lives as a gift? I just want to say, like, to really honor those that we've lost, become better than we were before was the only way that we can honor them and become like better human race and build a better home that they could have lived in, you know, with us and shared with us is the only way we can honor those that we've lost. And that's the only way we can honor all those people that is risking their life at front line for us. That's why I choose to be grateful. I choose to learn from it. I feel like it's almost a wake-up call. Like the amount of personal growth that I've had in the past 2 months was unbelievable. And I just want to share maybe one, if that's okay. So 2 years ago, like I had this experience where my writing actually enraged a friend of mine because I was also talking about racism, and the story that I was referencing to in my writing was not how she remembered, and she felt really offended. So I felt like my writing actually hurt people and I should stop writing and creating. And I wasn't able to overcome that trauma for almost 2 years. And it's not until like this year, 2 years after, like when I had nothing else to do, like no gallery or museums or bars that I can go or no one I can hang out. I had nowhere else to go and nowhere else to, you know, distract myself. I truly turned inward. So when I got back from the Philippines, you know, I almost spent a month at home. And during that time, I feel like I needed to do something, you know, and I don't want to forget about this experience ever. So I just started writing. I just started, you know, recording what was going on, and I just kept writing and writing. And the more that I wrote, the deeper that I went. And I spent probably 8 hours to write this article. And by the end of it, I feel like I was healed from that trauma by facing it head on. And because that I kept going, that I kept creating and I kept writing, this is how we met, you know? So I'm really grateful for this experience. And I feel like it is our choice what we take out of this. And it is our choice what kind of person this experience will make us be.